Yes, Team Supreme, karibu sana na jisikie mko nyumbani. Najua mnanipenda sana na mimi nawapenda. Mbarikiwe na familia zenu. So there is a certain video yenye nimepatana nayo. Nataka niwaweke, muweze kuisikiza ili tuweze kuelewa. Sababu this thing inaitwa corruption ndio imetumaliza Kenya. Imagine Moi University. I think most of you mnajua Moi University. Moi University land scandal. 1500 acres. Moi University land scandal. Yaani, hii Kenya, hakuna mahali hakuna corruption. Hakuna mahali kuko na amani. Hakuna mahali unaweza sema kwamba, si hapa basi ni kwenu, usimuache kuiba. Yaani watu hawataki kusikia. Yaani hiyo ni kama unapigia mbuzi gitaa. Now, the funny thing, kitu ingine inanibo, ni kwamba hizi slots zenye zilitokanga za TSC. Slots mingi zilienanga kwa some people, individuals. I know there are some people who have tried their best. Yaani wapate slots, but they have never, hawajawahi kabisa. Ndio unajiuliza, honestly speaking, nani anaweza taka apeleke mtoto wake shule, ampeleke boarding school yenye inalipa pesa mingi, ampeleke secondary school yenye inalipa pesa mingi, amalize kutoka hapo ampeleke university, asoma achukue Bachelor of Arts and Education, sijui kama hivyo ndivyo inaitwa, Bachelor of Education sijui and Arts, hivyo ndivyo inaitwa. Yaani mtu atumie millions of money. Guys, millions of money kumpeleka university, asome amalize, ama umpeleke college asome amalize. Mzazi akijua kwamba nimepeleka mtoto wangu shule asome baadaye akuje kujisaidia maishani mwake. Because nowadays tunapeleka watoto shule wakuje kutusaidia. Tunawapeleka shule wasome ili wakuje kujisaidia maisha ya mbeleni. But at the end of the day, hawa watoto ambao we struggle kuwapeleka shule, mtoto ana graduate, ako na certificate mzuri, anakuja tunakaa na yeye hapa nje. Hilo ni jambo ambalo linauma sana. Hakuna mzazi anaweza taka kustruggle aenda akafanya vibarua, astruggle kabisa, alafu mtoto wake akuje kukaa hapa nje. Watoto wengi wako na ma university papers, ma degree, ma PhD, ma certificate, ma diploma. Guys wako hapa nje wako jobless. Paka mzazi unakaa hivi unajiuliza, kwani Mungu mimi nilikukosea wapi? Kumbe there are some people somewhere, wao kazi yao anataka tu mtoto bora amalize shule. Washatenga hicho cheo, washaekea mtu manager, washaekea mtu supervisor, washamwekea sijui nini. Yaani wewe mtoto wako ambaye amehitimu ako na papers hawezi akapata kazi kama hauna connection. And that's why nowadays unaona hata wazazi wanalia wamekuliwa pesa. Ulikuwa unasikia kitambo kama hauna kitu 700,000 mtoto wako hawezi akaingia kama ni jeshi ama polisi. Hizo vitu ziko, si uongo. Lazima ukuwe na kitu kwa mfuko ndio mtoto wako aweze kukua recruited. Usiwahi danganywa eti kuna free and fair. Wengine hata wanapewa makaratasi mapema sana. Yeye ile siku ya kuenda kukimbia huko kwa uwanja ni kukimbia tu aonekane ako hapo. But in reality huyu mtoto alishapewa kazi kitambo. Hizo maslots vile zinaenda ndio ujue corruption venye iko Kenya. Now guys, mlikuwa mnaona ile fake fertilizer ilienda wapi? Tell me. Ile story ya fake fertilizer ilienda wapi? Ndio ujue vile hii Kenya tunabebewa akili. Ilienda wapi guys? Tell me, ilienda wapi? Umewahi ona mtu mwenye amechukuliwa hatua kabisa, hawa na hawa hivi na hivi, alafu wale mwenye hiyo kampuni yenye ili produce fake fertilizer uliwahi sikia amefanyiwa anything? Utasikia kesi wanapelekwa kotini. Hivyo ndivyo wanabuy time. Mnadanganywa wamepelekwa kotini, wamepelekwa sijui wapi, wamepelekwa wapi, mpaka unashangaa. Sasa hii ni Kenya gani tuko nayo? Anyway guys, that's why I will keep on telling you guys, bad governance inatumiza sisi wote. Haijalishi kama unatoka Central, haijalishi kama unatoka Rift Valley, haijalishi kama unatoka Nyanza, sisi wote tunaumia. Wakati bei ya unga ikipanda, inapanda Kenya mzima, haipandi some parts. And that's why we have been fighting so hard. Sisi kama Wakenya, wacha tujililie sisi wenyewe kwa wenyewe. Tupiganie hii nchi, tupate uchumi mzuri. Yes, tukipata good health care, itakuwa imetusaidia sana. Tukipata good education, itakuwa imetusaidia. Tukipata good roads guys, itakuwa imetusaidia. Ukipata, imagine umepata good roads somewhere, na security pia tuipate. Unaweza weka biashara yako somewhere, watu wanakusupport, tunaendelea kusukuma maisha. Uchumi kirudi chini, ukienda kibarua yako ukipata 200 ama 100, hiyo pesa itakusaidia kusurvive. Basi sasa hapa wengine tunalilia good governance, wengine mnatetea ma politician, mpaka na shanga ni nini kimeendelea Kenya yetu. Can we stop this thing like mtu wetu? I do ask you, sawa. Tuseme Joho alipewa kiti Mombasa. Watu wa Mombasa yote, niambie ni nini Joho amewaletea kwa maboma zenu. Like sasa nyinyi mlinililia mkasema nimepewa cheo, ndio hii hata nyinyi mkule. Tell me. Tell me. Ni nini mmepewa? Hakuna. Sasa wakati tunaumia sisi wote. Wakenya tujiunge pamoja, ili tuweze kumaliza hii mambo na ukabila, tuweze kumaliza hii mambo na corruption in our country. Imagine country yetu ikiwa corruption free, hata sisi tutaenjoy fruits of this country. Basi sasa kama sisi wengine tumejigawa, tuko hapa, wengine wako pale, do you think we will make it? We will not make it. A united nation, it's better. Iko better sana. But tukianza kujigawa, hawa wako pale, hawa wako sijui wapi, hatuwezi tukatoboa. Anyway guys, I just want to listen very careful to this video. Hapo mwisho kwa comment section, tell me, is the guy talking some sense, ama kuna watu bado hawajaweza kumsikiza vizuri vile anaongea na waweze kulearn something out of it. Anyway guys, thank you so much. Let's watch this video.
Good evening. This is the continuation of part 1. Now on part 2, I'm reading this so that I don't miss many important aspects of this expose from somewhere. I'll tell you at the end where I got it from. The recently sacked cabinet secretaries were victims of closely controlled political system that was being run by a well-connected cabal. True to the placards the world has seen Gen Zs carrying emblazoned Serikali ya Majambas. Interviews with the people close to some of the affected CSs show that most of them were never given a free hand to run their portfolios, as they were not only being micromanaged by the appointing authority, but also a cartel linked to the president. The emerging developments illustrate a complex web of political maneuvering, economic manipulation, and institutional control within the Kenyan government system of intrigues. At its core, the plight of the sacked CSs unveils a systemic issue of governance dominated by heartless, greedy mandarins who influence major decisions across ministries and the entire political divide. They said, from making decisions on appointment of senior officials in their ministries to the tendering processes in their ministries, these powers had been removed from the cabinet secretaries. The CSS said they constantly received instructions on what to do from William Ruto or a well-connected faction close to him. For example, when she was appointed to the cabinet, Aisha Jumwa, the sacked gender CS with a poor academic background, moved from Athi River, buying a house in Upmarket and living in Nairobi, Loresho area, To the ex-yes, it was our time to eat by cutting deals to satisfy our ambition. She was in for a rude shock after she was denied influencing tenders at her ministry. It is said Jumwa differed with a powerful man at State House, leading to her debacle. With money taps having dried, Jumwa found herself facing insolvency proceedings. She was sued by Bival Furniture Limited for failing to pay 60 million debt for the purchase of the house in Nairobi's upmarket. Jumwa identified the multi-story palatial home. Now, this story we all know. It continues all the way about how all these happened. So, but then we pick it again. We know what happened to Jumwa. It's a long story. The dismissed yeses has revealed through interviews were not merely casualties of political reshuffles, but victims of deeply entrenched system where they lacked autonomy. Their roles were overshadowed by both the appointing authority and a clandestine cartel wielding significant influence and power. This cartel, described as the New Billionaires Club, not only dictated policy but also monopolized critical government tenders and appointments, thereby consolidating power and economic benefits. They had influence in strategic ministerial appointments. Ministerial appointment. We have information at times Ruto would specifically call principal secretaries to push for lucrative tenders for friendly companies, overshadowing the CS. If not Ruto, it was the head of civil service, Felix Koskei. This newspaper has established ex-agriculture CS Mithika Linturi survived impeachment in parliament after he threatened to link Ruto to the scandal. In panic, State House moved fast to whip a section of the MPs and those on the committee to dismiss the report. Cartel Chemicals Limited, a manufacturer, had denied any links to the alleged supply of substandard fertilizers while appearing before National Assembly Committee on Agriculture and Livestock on April 8th. We know this story. He revealed how Koskei invited him for a meeting in the office of the president but did not allow him to explain himself. Shortly after, Koskei ordered for his arrest, and he was taken to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations headquarters. At the DCI headquarters, Patel said that he was forced to write a letter stating that he had recalled the fertilizer his company manufactured. Oh Lord Jesus, help us. That had already been distributed. How Koskei was involved in the controversial tender speaks volumes. Remember, Koskei is the president, Mr. Fix-It. Remember Moi's time? Makto? This is it. He's reborn in Mr. Felix. It is not only Linturi who fell in the control of State House influencers. Ezekiel Machogu, ex-CS Education, was also a victim. It is said if Ruto did not call a CS directly, then it was Koskei or members of the much-dreaded New Billionaires. You know who they are, Sudi. New Billionaires Club. Machogu was sidelined by Koskei in a scheme where Moi University Vice Chancellor Isaac Koskei was ordered to irregularly lease off half of the institution's land to a private investor. The 1,500 acres of the 3,000 acres belonging to the university in Eldoret is now in the hands of a private investor. Word has it that a firm associated with the MP Oscar Sudi and Koskei benefited. What surprises many is the name of the president and members of his first family were dropped in the deal. Machogu was kept in the dark. The land in question was plowed by an unnamed developer who, up to date, has not paid a coin to the university. In the agreement, the university was to be paid shillings 16,500 per acre per year, translating to shillings 24.7 million for 1 year. For the 5.5 years of the lease period, the company was to pay slightly over 120 million Kenyan shillings to the Moi University. Of course, Moi University and all other public universities are struggling financially. We got a directive from the office of the president through head of public service Felix Kosgei that we surrender all the land that was being underutilized. VC Kosgei told the House team. I didn't know this information is in the public domain. Following the directive, the council convened a meeting and approved the move. No wonder the president is said to have known what was going on in all ministries and came to realize some of the CSS did not know what they were doing. Across the ministry, it is open secret that Ruto, as directed Teachers Service Commission CEO Nancy Macharia, is it the reason he's appointing a lot of women in powerful positions? We don't know. Okay, Nancy Macharia, to hand him all the slots for new teachers' employment, after which he takes tens of thousands to Kalenjin land and hands his friendly MPs 2 slots each. It is alleged that the major scandals that rocked ministries starting with the importation of duty-free edible oil, sugar, rice, government-to-government petroleum product, among others, which government lost billions of shillings, was the work of a cartel that calls shots in the government. Now, this now introduces Wamboi. Remember Wamboi? Do you remember Wamboi and Moses Kuria? Wamboi, she boasted to have blessings from State House, and Ruto was behind the deal to push down cooking oil prices. Then, Trade Minister Moses Kuria, whose appointment to the cabinet was brokered by Wamboi, was to oversee her dealings. Join me in part 3.